Let's see. And like we both live on both situations. This. Oh, we got some feedback and something, but hopefully it goes smooth. This is the Anti Network first live, bringing y'all some live in effect, man. DR.COMARK got Instagram live over there, man, aka the brother, the daughter, the brother. How you feeling over there, man?
I'm feeling okay. Can't really complain.
Well, as you see, man, this the first live, man. We finna try something different for the people, man. Usually we edit, so if we hear some hiccups, some mistakes, man, you just gotta roll with the punches, man. Just gotta roll with the punches, man. So first take, we have a story that's coming out of, I believe, California. What part of California we at, brother COMARK, with this one, man? 101 stabbings to a brother who was, how would they say, what the judge say? Medically in
Medically,
causes.
sarcoma.
Oh man, you know what, man? We're just gonna do something better, man. We're gonna do something better. I got the beautiful being footage, man. We're just gonna roll it up, man. Let's see what they talk about right here.
Shocking outcome to a case out of Ventura County. A Thousand Oaks woman will serve no prison time for stabbing a man more than 100 times. She was found guilty by a jury, but she was also found to be in a cannabis-induced psychosis.
NBC4's Connor Dickerson.
Cannabis, something,
Psychosis, bro.
There you go. That's the doctor, man. The doctor got y'all.
Joins us live from the Ventura County Courthouse with the outrage from the family of the man killed and what the prosecutor has to say. Karma.
Yes, that man killed was just 26 years old, stabbed 108 times by a then 27-year-old woman. Now, the prosecutor wanted jail time. The man's family wanted jail time, but a judge disagreed.
When this woman was wheeled mumbling and bloody from a Thousand Oaks apartment in May of 2018, all that was clear publicly at the time was that she was hurt and a man was dead. It would turn out that she, Bryn Spetcher, killed the man, Chad O'Melia, in a marijuana-induced psychotic state. And
hey, real quick, have you ever heard of this before? Because I ain't never heard of this before. A medically induced state.
Psychosis. Yeah, I ain't never heard of it, bro, before. This is the first time for me, bro. I ain't never heard of it at all.
Oh man, okay, I'm gonna let it roll, man. I'm just curious, man. I'm just real curious.
Man, let's go for it.
Tuesday, a judge decided she would not serve any prison time for doing it.
This guy just gave everybody in this county a license to kill people after they smoked marijuana.
That was Chad O'Melia's father, Sean O'Melia's reaction when he heard Spetcher was sentenced to probation. Not an appropriate end, as he sees it, to the events that unfolded that night.
She inhaled, and then from that point on, she went into a psychotic state shortly thereafter. She picked up 3 different knives from his kitchen, and she slaughtered him, penetrating every major organ, all over his body, his face.
Spetcher stabbed O'Melia, the man she was dating, over 100 times. The two had smoked marijuana, and Spetcher had a catastrophic reaction. Prosecutor Audrey Nafzinger says body camera shows the woman didn't even realize when police had arrived.
When they arrived, she was kneeling over him, covered in blood. He was dead on the ground, and she was stabbing herself with a 10-inch serrated red knife, covered in blood, in the neck multiple times. She severed her carotid artery, or she cut her carotid artery, nicked it. They had to tase her 4 times.
Prosecutors in defense agreed that the marijuana led Spetcher to a cannabis-induced psychosis, which is why she was charged with involuntary manslaughter, not murder.
And it's just another way that somebody can become psychotic under the influence of a mind-altering drug. Marijuana is a mind-altering drug.
A jury convicted Spetcher last month. The prosecution requested the maximum sentence, 4 years.
Well, let me tell you, when people become voluntarily intoxicated and bad things happen, we do find that legal consequences need to happen. People need to go to jail.
However, the judge disagreed.
Yeah, you can cut it right there, bro.
Yo, that was the end right there, man. That was the end right there, man. I never in my life heard of anything like this, first and foremost. The fact that even when she had involuntary manslaughter, they was going to give her 4 years. 4 years? That's asinine, brother. Dr. Comar, what's going on with this situation right here, man? Because I don't know what the hell to make of this.
I don't know, man. I just gotta think about it, right? So when you intoxicated, right? Same thing goes on, right? You run a red light or you hit somebody, right? That's involuntary manslaughter also, because you're intoxicated. Your mind isn't in the right spot, but you get it and people go to jail. Most people get 10 years, 5 years, but you go to prison. You serve your time. And I get it. You know, she smoked marijuana and she said she did it for the first time. She took 2 hits of a bong, and I understand that people go through paranoia and it happens. Trust me, it happens. But in the fact of her, taking it out and stabbing somebody, was it laced with something? Because they're not explaining that part. Because a lot of people, when you take these type of drugs, and I get it, and I'm gonna tell everybody, like, you're influenced and your mind is in a different type of state. But what was she thinking? What was she going through? Was she seeing things? Was she explaining it this type of way? Was he trying to fight her? I understand he said they was only together in 2 weeks. I have never seen or never heard anybody say, I want to kill somebody by smoking marijuana. Now, I want to kill some cheese fries. I want to kill some pancakes, something of that nature. But to say I want to kill somebody else, I've never heard of that. I've had people say, I'm hallucinated. I need to go to the bathroom and couldn't get up. I thought I was peeing, and then I thought I wasn't, things of that nature. But not to the point where you stab somebody 108 times. That's crazy. And then for you to get community service, and disclaimer, like we say, and it says allegedly. No, she did it allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly.
Well, you gotta use these.
Yeah. So, but community service, if it would have been, one of us, we would have never got off. And you're right. Everybody, in California is gonna say, okay, well, I just stabbed my uncle's brother's next door neighbor's cousin's sister's father because of the fact that, I was high. You just gave everybody that right because they just saw this story and they was gonna say my mental state wasn't there at the time. It's dumb. It's not right.
Oh man, this one is very different in my eyes. I never heard anything like this by far in history, where marijuana will make you go into psychosis and stab somebody 108 times. That's very crazy. On top of that, they did say she tried to make some attempts to cut herself. You know what I mean? She didn't stab herself. She cut herself. So it's crazy a person now to go from the stabbing motion to the cutting motion. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I want to know who she's related to. I want to know how much she get paid. Or what's the connection? Respectfully, this seems like, man, this ain't what you know, it's a who you know situation. My personal opinion. I just don't see how a person is making it out of a situation.
Yeah.
Community service?
Yeah. I don't know. And it's crazy that you bring that up and that you say that about like going from stabbing somebody to cutting. Like you went from stabbing him to just trying to cut yourself, but you didn't succeed, because if you were stabbing him and you stabbed him 108 times, and if they say it was a butter knife, if that's what they say they was trying to do, like, was that?
Yeah, I don't remember it was a butter knife. I know it was a knife to go through him 108 times. Shit.
No, I'm talking about for her. Like when they found her, she was trying to cut herself with a butter knife or something like that, right?
I don't know what she was cutting herself with, but I do know that she was cutting herself and she was stabbing him.
Yeah. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like Like, how long were you stabbing him? You stabbed him 108 times because marijuana wears off. You know, it doesn't take that. I understand 2 hits, and 2 hits from a bong could be a long time. You're inhaling it to your lungs. It's not like she was on an edible. Edible can make you do a lot of strange things because it's into your bloodstream. When you inhale it through your lungs, it takes a shorter time for you to get high, and it takes a shorter time, not a shorter time, but compared to an edible, for it to go through your body. So you expand it more. It comes out faster. So you'd be like, oh well, an hour later, hour and a half later, I'm off of it. So during that time when she was trying to cut, she was trying to cut herself, all joking aside, was she not high anymore? She was fumbling when she was getting on the stretcher and things like that with her mind. But you got to think about her mental health. Was she already struggling with some mental things? Was she schizophrenic? Was she bipolar? What type of aspects did it play in her mind? And like I go back to the boyfriend. Was he already beating her up? Was he already putting hands on her? I know it was only 2 weeks in, but was this a way for you to, get rid of him? What's the aspect behind that? Was this somebody you knew prior to, and he was dating like your boy, your girlfriend's, I don't know, one of your girlfriends or something like that, and this was a set? Just gotta think down the line. I don't know, man. I think some investigation needs to go behind not the judge, man, probably even the judge, but the psychiatrist, and everybody, because this doesn't make sense to me at all.
Oh man, one thing I do know is Shorty is free, and
Yes,
she's
sir.
doing community. She's doing community service, and she is liable to do this again, allegedly. Now, I could just be throwing it out there, but it's a few more things to think about. Oh my God, what is it called? The toxicology report. However you say, I probably butchered that.
Yeah.
How long she been smoking marijuana? It's the first time they hit that exact bong. It's just a lot of things are taking place where it's a lot of confusion. Nevertheless, RIP to the brother. You got hit up 108 times. Very, very asinine, in my opinion. Crazy is for the least. But I will say, for any of y'all getting any ideas to think this is going to work in your favor, you got to be in this county, know this judge, and rub the right elbows. So for y'all thinking this is going to work, I ain't saying it's not, but good luck. Because we only know, man. We only know. This is a rare situation for anybody, to say the least. But for this to happen, just like her dad said, or excuse me, I think it was the guy's dad or family member, you just made it legal or a getaway for anybody who's in the psychosis of marijuana to take these type of chances. I'll say that for the least. Anything on the follow-up, Dr. COMARK?
No, man, I don't know. That's it for me, man. I think we just need to look deeper into it. I guarantee down the line, man, it's gonna be another follow-up story on this. She gotta have some type of mental health issues going on.
Hey, this still going on in 2018, man. There's probably some things we need to follow up on, man, and look better into it, because they might got some things we probably got to do some homework on. Because as stated, man, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
this is crazy. But without further ado, as we moving along in this, I'm finna say short take, in this First of Ours Live podcast, we have another interesting story coming up out of Chicago, Illinois, I believe. One father, one wife, 3 daughters. The only one lived in this crazy, or as I like to say, asinine situation was the father.
Oh, and the son, the 19-year-old son.
I'm sorry, young man. And a 19-year-old son who lived. But everybody else, I'm just gonna roll that beautiful bean footage for y'all. I'm just gonna roll that beautiful bean footage for y'all.
Tinley Park man admitted he killed his wife and 3 daughters and even told them why. Meanwhile, friends are remembering the 4 women shot and killed Sunday in the southwest suburb. CBS 2's Andrew Ramos is outside court in Bridgeview, where the accused gunman faced a judge this afternoon. Andrew?
And Joe, that man, Mahar Kessam, is being held tonight without bail, accused of murdering his wife and 3 adult daughters in cold blood. The result of what prosecutors say was a heated argument over respect and money.
The defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone."
They're the chilling words 63-year-old Mahar Kessam told responding officers who arrived at his family's Tinley Park home Sunday morning after he called 911, telling a dispatcher that his wife, 53-year-old Mahida Kessam, had been shot.
When police asked where everyone was at, the defendant pointed in the direction of the basement.
Police would find the bodies of his wife Mahida, his 25-year-old twin daughters Halima and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter Hanan. Also inside the home at the time of the shooting was their 19-year-old son, the lone witness, who was left unharmed. According to prosecutors, the teen woke up to a heated argument happening between Mahar and one of his daughters, where his wife and other 2 daughters were urging him to calm down, and then gunshots rang out.
When witness 1 went downstairs to see what was going on, he observed victim 1 on the floor.
The 19-year-old first found his mother, then 2 of his sisters fatally shot, and then walked in moments before his father shot the 3rd daughter. 2 guns were recovered at the scene. According to prosecutors, Kessam appeared to be disgruntled over how he was treated inside the home.
The defendant was recorded volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years," unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like."
Meanwhile, the community continues to comfort this family who has lost so much. Hundreds gathered at the Mosque Foundation in Bridgeview for a prayer in honor of the 4 women killed in what police have called a senseless act of domestic violence, something they hope is addressed more within the community.
And it's about not only mental illness, but control and abuse.
Now, funeral services for those women expected to take place later this evening, and Mahar Kessam is due back in court on February 16th. Reporting live outside Bond Court in Bridgeview, I'm Andrew Ramos, CBS 2 News. Joe and Erica.
Thank you, Andrew.
Dr. COMARK, as we've seen in that beautiful, well, I wouldn't say beautiful being footage, let's just say that footage. My man went AWOL. Now, I just want to say something real quick. At the end, that lady made a suggestion that this is why you take care of your health, as she was applying to mental health. My question is this a case of really a guy who has mental health issues, or he just tired of being treated, as she said, like a fucking dog? Because I do believe some people don't like getting treated a certain way. I don't think that's a mental issue to where you snap. I feel like if he said he put in work for 40 years, I don't know if they all stay together, but can a person just have enough to where they will go off the deep end without it being a mental related issue, in your opinion?
I like to say this and put it out for everybody. Everybody has mental issues. It's just how we deal with it, and that's just my real honest opinion take to it. And so whatever goes on with that is, what's going on with it. And I believe that maybe, as you stated, he was just like treated like a dog, and maybe that's just what happened. Sometimes excuse my camera right now, somebody, on it, but sometimes you have like, let's say for instance, you have a pit bull, right? Mm-hmm. And your pit bull, you feed your pit bull for so long, and then all of a sudden, you're hitting your pit bull, you're kicking your pit bull. Your pit bull is a lawyer for a long time. We can say Rockwallers or dogs in general. Sometimes they get fed up, and then after that, snap. Your pit bull turns on you and bites you and things of that nature. And this is probably that case. It's something that just happened. He did just that. He walked in and was like, "Hey, let me just do what I need to do. And he just wanted to be treated like a dog. So everybody has mental issues, but at some point in time in your life, you do have that breaking point. Like you said, he worked for 40 years and he really just got tired of just being treated, like he said, like shit, or treated like a fucking dog. You know, I'm sure that he did take care of them for the longest, and they probably all stayed with him because, like you said, the son came downstairs. He's 19 years old, and they was having an argument about money and things of that nature. They probably was if the money was getting short, and 70% of relationships, murders, and things of that nature happen because of disrespect and money. So they just got tired of it, and he snapped. So one or the other, we taking care of your mental, but like I always say at the end of every show, no, hug somebody, love somebody. That's probably all he needed was a hug instead of them arguing and bitching about, what's going on.
Man, oh man, this is a crazy situation. I think Dr. COMARK trying to get his camera together. But as we see it now, this is pretty asinine, if you ask me. Pretty asinine. I couldn't imagine this in my backyard neighborhood, just seeing something like this. It just makes you think. I know a lot of times when people go to this extent of doing a crime, well, I want to say crime, or I guess it's depending on how you look at how you feel about it. Because I think it's like a devil's advocate situation. I think it's a lot of people who can relate to this guy and say, hey, I've been doing this for a pretty long time, And on top of that, when I mean long time work, probably been holding it down, probably busting 16 hours. I mean, who knows? Then to come back to a situation to where, you feeling disrespected the least when you did the most. It's hard to say. It just makes you wonder, like, what could this guy be thinking, What could really be the situation mentally? Because again, I believe there's a lot of people who get fed up in their current situations where if they did so much and they get treated the least or the less, outcomes happen like this, unfortunately. But regardless, does a person deserve to die from a person who feels like they've been treated like a dog? Of course not. But it just also makes you think, could this have been a different outcome? Who knows, So, all in all, RIP to them 3 young ladies, the wife. At the end of the day, the husband's still alive, the son is still alive. For the son, if any therapy is needed, to help you during this journey that you about to embark on, because for anybody, this is a travesty. It's a deep situation. And I know for sure that nobody wants to be in these shoes, especially as the son. So I will say, once again, RP to the ones that was lost. To Mr. 19-year-old son, I hope you get some type of therapy. Dr. COMARK is back in the building. Dr. COMARK, pretty much I don't know what you could hear, what you didn't, but just gave a closure what I thought was asinine about the situations, gave my condolences to the ones that's fallen. You got anything in closure regarding to this situation?
Yeah, man. Like I said, you got to understand that respect, you got to take life with a kind heart. You got to understand that people go through stuff every day. And regardless of whether they're working 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or retired, whether they work 5 years, 6 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Sometimes people can't handle the pressure of taking care of other people. Sometimes they need to step back. If you're one of them people either working or taking care of family, before you do things like this, step back, walk outside, walk around the block. Think about the actions you're going to take before you take those actions. come back to it. If you're still not okay with what's going on, more time. Seek mental health. Seek help, whatever the case may be. Go in there and tell them, hey, I'm not feeling okay. I'm not doing okay with this situation. This is how I feel. Stop coming at me this way. If you can, I'm trying to do my best. On the other hand, if you do have somebody that's been taking care of you for this long and been doing it this long, try to see it from their eyes and what's going on with them. Have I been doing okay? What I've been doing? And see how you think that go from there. And that's all I got. It's all about give and take. Like we say, relationships aren't always 50-50. Sometimes they 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. And sometimes those roles reverse. So just go from there.
Well said from the doctor. As we get to another part that's related to a lot of these situations is what affects the brain and how it affected. Dr. COMARK has sent the interesting article that I believe he had took research in while he was in college, before he was on his doctor-ish journey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to put that with smoother words. You got to give me a second to better my vernacular, but, Dr. COMARK, you might want to give the people a synopsis of this interesting, it's not no footage, but it's some interesting, beautiful documentation on how certain matters affect the brain. You want to walk a minute for me?
Yeah, so basically what we always say, we talked about how the brain works, and everybody always talk about we always have free will. And this goes back to the first topic we was talking about the cannabis induced sarcoma that the young lady had, Green Springer. And even just now with the guy who, quadruple murder victim. We're all influenced about the things around us, whether it's, drugs, nature versus nurture, things of that nature. We're all influenced by those things. So if you take a drug, the drugs alter your chemistry in your body, in your brain, and you react off that. So that's why I said, I don't know how long she had, I know she said her first time drink, but smoking. But even with that, you can't always think the right way. And I understand that I said that marijuana doesn't affect you the same way that, cocaine may do, or, meth may do, or even alcohol may do. So she might not have had the same thought process. And we don't know what type of, medication she was on when she was, taking marijuana. So those things affect the way we think around us. And just like this guy, he was being pressured by his family to probably do more, and they was treating him like a dog. So his environment, was influencing him to do the things he wanted to do. And they probably had been doing this for plenty of days. And he was probably watching TVs and watching shows and probably searching the internet. And those thoughts was probably intrusive to his behavior. And, that's what that research is about, and what it's telling you, that we all, as much as you want to say we have free will, our will is always, there's always parasites that invade our thoughts and our body with, to influence how we feel and what we do every day. You feel like you want to do something, but if you're smoking and you say, hey, I want to smoke, or let me quit, but you have those thoughts to say, okay, well, I still want to smoke. Somebody's in there is telling you to smoke. You got to think about your salt intake. Sometimes you get that, I want to get some chips. Those things are telling you that you want chips because you're craving it. That's not free will. That's something in your environment telling you to go get those chips. Just like when you go to Walmart, they playing that stuff in the background. You don't even know you're hearing things of that nature. There's research on that every time you go during Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's, they're playing certain music to not help you, but force you into buying more things. It's just research.
So for those who in mental turmoil, those who in shambles mentally, if you have to break it down for them Barney style, and they trying to get up out the dumps, what do you recommend for people to do to better their mental health?
Oh man, I don't know if you can break it down in like mental terms. I mean, layman's terms or anything. I understand that even myself included. I roll out of bed every morning. You know, yoga is a good practice for everybody. Taking deep breaths to think before you do anything could be, something different. Something different. Um, Stop and think. When we always say twice before you do something, 3 times, 4 times. Um, I always say seek help, but even sometimes that people don't want to do that, and some people don't have the money, don't have the funds to do that. If you're not talking to me, X, you're not talking to the anti network, you're not talking to vets, you're not talking to the mission continues, you're not talking to Wounded Warrior Project and all these other nonprofit organizations out here. Talk to your friends, the people that you know around you that care. Sometimes you just need to get it off your chest, and don't ask for somebody to give you feedback. Just tell somebody you're just trying to vent. You just want your feelings out there. A lot of times it's just that. People just want to be heard. Some people just want to be listened to. I just want to talk. I just want to get it off my chest. And sometimes that helps. Um, just like this next video, that's out there that we're about to play. Sometimes you just need a hug. And that's really just it. Sometimes that saves the day. And people don't understand that the dopamines in your body can help you, with your mental health if you just hug. A hug a day saves a life. People don't understand that because sometimes it's just that one person at one time that you say, I love you, or hey, have a good day, have a great day, or just have a day saves people from killing people or even, killing themselves.
Well, let's see. Can we roll this beautiful beam footage and let's see what it do.
I'm gonna try.
What did you do for yours? You arrogantly pontificate. What did we do for our flag? This is what we did for our flag.
Come on, boss. What's going on? I'm on the phone with the VA okay. For suicide. All right. Hey, I got you, man, all right? What branch you in? Army? All right, hey, my name's Kyle. All right, we'll help you out, all right, bud? I'm here with you. I'm here with you, all right? I'm gonna start an ambulance over here to us, okay? All right, bud? Hey, no. Hey, if I send you, it's nothing on you, okay? State of Connecticut covers that. All right? Can we step out of the car, boss? Just so we can talk? Hey, 20. Here, come to the front of your truck, bud. 820. Starting an ambulance to the 6-8 off-ramp eastbound. I'm with a vet who's on the suicide hotline. Here's my ID. Sorry, man. Hey. Do you have anything on you? No. Okay, here's all right about checking in? Cool. Any deployments, bud? One? Okay, dude. Tough time for everyone in your position, all right? Relax, though. Hey, I'm here with you, okay? Here. Yeah.
And as we see, this is what situations look like when people, as Dr. COMARK said, need a friend. Let's say if that officer didn't get there in time. Probably could have been another deletion on this planet for somebody who really need to reach out. This is one thing we stress on the anti-network the most: mental health. In that situation, seeing that, not in that situation, just seeing that, man, I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen it, kind of made my eyes water a little bit, because anybody who was service connected at any point in their life, a lot of people ain't here. A lot of people still, going through these issues mentally to this day. Dr. COMARK know a few. I know a few. And it's a real sad situation. Sometimes it's the reason why you answer that phone like at 2 or 3 in the morning, even though you don't want to. Now, some people don't have that much compassion to care, but trust me, when there's somebody close, you'll understand way more if you ain't experienced. Dr. COMARK, from that video in closure, man, at least we have to get your synopsis on this. Once again, for one, what is your take on what we've seen? And secondly, how do you feel as we as a nation supposed to respond to situations like that for people in dire need?
Man, first of all, let me just say, when I first saw the video, I cried. My wife cried because, as a veteran myself, the reason why I got into psychology and evolutionary psychology was because I was that veteran. She was that veteran. We know veterans just like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It's hard to understand, what you're going through. And sometimes those hotlines ain't enough. And that's why I stress it. Just talk to somebody. And, hugs. And when he said, "Can I have a hug?" That's when I bust out in tears because I'm that guy. They just want to give you a hug. I just want to make sure that you're okay. And I check up on everybody, and I know you check up on everybody because we're both veterans. And, it's hard seeing, veterans out here struggling, just like that. And I understand I'm saying veterans, but there's a lot of people out here struggling. I talk to people every day, that's struggling just like that. Men, women, children. There's children out here struggling just like that. And we as a nation, we don't do enough. And I stress that. And I'm gonna say it again. We as a nation, we don't do enough. We stressing about borders, we stressing about cars and internet and all that type of stuff. But what about our mental health? We're not doing enough. And I think that's the fine line that we're not. I think mental health should be free. I think the clinics and stuff like that should be free. And I understand a lot of psychologists and a lot of psychiatrists and stuff like that, counselors, social workers are probably gonna say, "Well, how are we gonna get paid?" They're nonprofit people get paid. Pay yourself. There's a way for the government to still pay us and not be charged, but I think it should be free, and it's hard. So, I'm gonna commend that police officer, man, because he did a wonderful job, man. I can't say enough. I know a lot of people hate officers and hate police officers, but he did exactly what he was supposed to do, man. I loved it. I got friends that are cops. I know people who are retired cops and things of that nature, but man, he did a great, great job. And I hate to see people out here like that and still have friends that are on that edge every day who, you know, disappear and be like, "I didn't know how to reach out." Man, reach out because I don't want to get that call. Your family members don't want to get that call. And mental health ain't stressed enough. We don't say it enough. We don't ask about it enough. Black men, white men, Caucasian men, Indian men, Native American men, men in general, African American women, we don't talk about it enough. We need to talk about it more, to say, "I'm not okay." And it's okay to say, "I'm not okay."
As we always say, if it's hard to reach out, man, at least try with us so we can help. If we can't help, man, we always try to point people in the right direction. As Dr. Comark stresses, mental health is really the wealth you should be searching for, first and foremost. What's the point of having all that money, millions of dollars, when you're mentally not even able to deal with yourself, let alone currency? Because we all know, or at least if you don't, you ask any millionaire, billionaire, money does not guarantee you happiness. Might make you feel good from time to time, especially when you have no financial woes. But trust me, money does not make you or guarantee you happiness. Dr. Comark, as we always do around this time, man, at the end, live is no different. I know you always say the favorite line is hug someone, love someone, man. But we're gonna leave with that in closing, man. That's how we going out today. Well, you got some good game for the people.
Nah, man, there's a war going on in society, man. There's a war going on within ourselves. There's a war going on around us, man. Y'all see what's going on in Texas. Y'all see what's going on in the presidential election. and what's going on with these money things, man. Pay attention. That's all really I can say. But yeah, hug someone, love someone. It's, it is what it is. I understand that you might not be feeling it today, you might not be feeling it tomorrow. That one hug, that I love you, and I'm gonna say that too. Tell somebody you love them. I don't care if they a stranger. I don't care if you hate them. Tomorrow night they might not be there. It could be that one I love you. It could be that one hug that saves somebody's life. Just do it. Don't do it for you. Do it for them.
Like that. Well said, brother. As I always love to say, character over color and game has no color and really no name. You feel me? Just do it. No swoosh logo. And I thought Dr. COMARK was gonna cover this, but since I'm a good brother, I'm gonna point it out. Y'all see the corner of the right screen? Y'all see that, man? Soul ties, man. You see the author right there. You're looking at him, Dr. COMARK, aka the brother, the doctor, the brother, man. Make sure you get your copy, man. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, man. You might even see it on goddamn the Apple bookstore, man. The voice coming soon, part 2 coming soon. Dr. COMARK, what else in store for the people they need to be knowing about around this time?
Oh man, we got things in store, man. Y'all see vets down there. If y'all don't see it, it's on this side. I don't know what side it's on. It's somewhere down here, wherever on the screen.
It's gonna be on the right. It's gonna be on the right.
Yeah. Y'all follow us, man. Y'all make sure y'all reach out, man. Follow us everywhere. We trying to do big things around here in Dallas, around here in Texas, man. We're gonna be everywhere. We out here for the homeless, we out here for the vets, we out here for everybody, man. Just look out for us. We doing big things around here.
Hey man, as we always say around this time, anti-networks, first live 001. We out of here. Oh, hold on, we ain't out here yet, but we out of here about now.
You gotta figure it out.